Shalom, shalom. All praises to the Most High. Yo, your host, this is Sounds from YYBY. So, as we know, Studio One always has something that's kind of like the Combinator in Reason. They do things a little different. So, everybody know, well, maybe some people know about this, some people really don't know, or maybe they know about it, but they really don't know exactly what it do. Because it was a point of time where I really didn't even tap into it myself like that. But for some reason, when I'm using Reason, I'm always tapping into the Combinator because it's kind of like right there in front of you. So I'm gonna give you all an example, right? So I'm gonna grab some random instruments. I'm gonna grab like a I'm gonna grab a multi joint. Let's go to Fifth Symphony. Let's see if this don't take no CPU power. Matter of fact, no. I'm gonna delete that because that's already set up that way. I'm gonna go from scratch. Yeah, sorry about that, fellas. I'm gonna go from scratch. So I'm gonna go get a bassoon. I don't care. I'm gonna just grab anything. So work with me. That's one. I'm gonna just go get a gangster sound. Matter of fact, this is perfect. No, I'm gonna get. No, I'm gonna keep that, not that. I'm gonna grab a trumpet. Say load and combine. So I'm gonna combine that. And we're gonna keep this open. Because as you see, it popped open. So this part is kind of like a Combinator. Like how we're gonna say this part is the Combinator. You drop the sounds in, kind of like in Reasons how you got the rap, right? And we're gonna drop a pad. All right, so now let's name these so I can be a little more organized with everybody. Bassoon. Boom. Trumpet. This is called pad. We're gonna call this the pad. Now, I don't know how this might sound, so let's play it. Pan down right here. Pan down to the right. Let's play it. Alright, so most people in Studio One, they know about this part, right? We know about this whole concept, putting the instruments in here, dropping effects in these certain parts right here, and so on and so forth, right? So I got 3 instruments. Alright. As you can see, you double click on that open up each instrument. Each instrument has their own knobs. It's the same instrument as we see. This is the Presence XT. Now, I'm gonna slide this to the side. When you go right here, you have this option right here, which is called this is the knobs for the instruments, and then you also have these pads. So you have 1, 2, you have 8 knobs, right? And then you have an XY pad. You have 2 XY pads. You can name, put any name, right? At the bottom you see the instruments. So let me keep this open. So I'm gonna open this first instrument right here. So as I double click, it'll open each one of them. Now, as you can see in this window right here, you got 8 knobs, you got the XY pads. If you go right here where it say macro controls mapping, you got 1 through 8. You got 1 through 8 buttons, and you got the XY pad, right? And then right here you have, for every instrument that you open instruments, it has the bassoon. And you go to bassoon, it has all the knobs option right here. So every knob right here is right here, if you want to do it that way, right? Now, peep game. So right now in front of me, I have a small Alesis V Mini keyboard that I travel with. And it has 4 knobs and 4 little drum pads. This is my small John that I got compared to what I got at the crib, right? Now again, everything I'm about to explain in this video about this, I assume that these people already know how Reason work using the Combinator, right? If you don't know, just go find out, do a video for it. I mean, it's videos for it, or, stuff like that. All right, so now. So, again, I got 4 knobs on my keyboard, turn knobs, and I got 4 pads. And let's say, for example, I got knob 1. If you notice, when I click one of these knobs right here, you'll see it'll say what it is right here. So I select that, it'll let you know everything. Any knob I touch, any button I touch, you'll see it'll pop it right up here, right? It's simple. So if I right click, okay, first, if I turn my knob 1, K1, if I turn K1, as you can see, I turn K1 right here. I right click, it'll say assign frequencies to control 1. If I select that, if I turn my K1 knob, we know it'll turn that. So it'll select, to K1, right? So I can get also the second knob, select that same, another knob to K1, separate. Now peep this. So you also have this knob called the targets, right? So what you want to do, you want to get this knob, right click and select this to K1. That's the first thing you want to do. So I say I get this knob and I go right here. I want to send it to knob 1. As you can see, it drop right here. Go to this one right here. I want to send this one to knob 1. Right here. I want to get this. No, I'm just doing random things. I want to open up the reverb, click this knob, send it to knob 1. So when I turn knob 1, let me get it right. Hold on, give me a second. I did something wrong. Let me remove these right quick. Give me 1 second. All right, so now. So I assign this to this channel macro 1. Hold on. Okay, yeah, that's not it. Assign this to knob 1. As you can see right here, it'll turn that knob. Assign this to knob, knob 1. So to turn both of these, right? Assign this to knob 1. Right here, intro macro. You know what? I want to assign this knob to pad X. I want to assign this knob to pad X1. So now when I go to right here and move pad X1, watch these move. So now I can do this in automation to get those same type of ideas that you use in the Combinator, right? The dope thing about the Combinator is that it's already in your face. This, you got to go right here to open this. You got to open this one. You got to open this one, and so on and so forth, which is really not that bad. So now when I click right here, I press this control, I assign that. And when I turn this knob, yeah, something ain't right. Hold on. I don't know why my assignments disappeared. So I'm gonna send that back to knob one. Send that back to knob one because I deleted them out. Send this back to knob one. You know. Right. So when I go to this macro control right here, because I assigned this macro right here to my first knob on my keyboard to control it better. So as I had these three knobs, when I turn this knob on my keyboard, it turns all those knobs as I'm doing automation. And I still can add more knobs to that. I could just go right here, add the knob one. I could turn that. As you can see, it say, you know, cut off, right? You turn right here, it's playing. I think it's a bug going on right quick, because normally if once you assign it, it should turn it no matter what. You shouldn't have to go into another window. But I do know for a fact that if I, now peep this. Let's keep this one up, because this is the bassoon. Now if I go right here and I open up the trumpet, I bring the trumpet down. I say, you know what? I want to assign this knob on the trumpet to knob one. I want to assign this knob right here to knob one. So when I turn, it turns that knob, as you can see, right? But when I go right here, it's turning that knob, turning those knobs like it's supposed to. And when I click this one, it turned that knob. When I touch that one, it turns this knob. It's kind of weird what's going on with it. But when I go right here, like whatever is up at that time. So, but what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to get all these at the same time while they open to play, you know, to turn at the same time. I actually had it working the first time. Now, it looks confusing to a certain extent, but the great thing about this is that sometimes when you end up, well, this is what Reason good at. When you're in Reason, if you assign a knob to you know, if you assign one of your knobs on your keyboard to one of the knobs on here, and then you try to get that same knob on your keyboard to connect with another one, Reason will let you know if that knob, it'll let you know that knob is connected to something else. So you can be like, okay, I remember, because sometimes we forget what we got it connected to. And if we did automation, you might mess something up in your big project and you don't realize, like, damn, I got to figure out what I messed up. Something don't sound right. But the good thing about what Studio One do is that if whatever I assign my knob on my keyboard to, it only turns what's open at that moment, whatever I click on, because I'm turning the same knob on my keyboard right now. Now, if I go click on this one, it would turn that one. And all these knobs is connected to the same keyboard, to the same knob on the keyboard. You get what I'm saying? So now, the point is that this is kind of like the same concept of the combinator, you know, just in its own different way, but have the same ideas where you can add instruments on top of instruments. And, you know, each instrument has its own track, you know, has its own pan, left and right, already right there built in. And when you go to when you open up the mixer, close these, when you open up the mixer and then you press this right here, has the instruments already right there, already set up, you know. So it's kind of like what Studio One do. Studio One get the best ideas from all the DAWs, from Reason, from Pro Tools, Cubase, and they just make it more simplified. They make it more simplified with more simplicity, and that's what they do. And end of the day, the point is that it's all about what's right for you. End of the day, it's about what's good for you. Whatever good for you, whatever help your workflow, that's the right DAW for you. Yes, some DAWs have more features than others, some DAWs don't. But end of the day, If you only a producer and these is all the features you need, that's what you use, and don't let nobody tell you that. And I always stand by that. It's not a lot of the times it's not what you use, it's what you know. But not to get off the subject, this is basically the concept of the combinator. Basically, because the combinator been with Regions for years, since version 3. So they got the idea, they open it up, and now you got the modulation, you got the XY, you can do crazy worldly sounds, connect all these knobs, name them, whatever you want to name those. You got these buttons, you can add, to a sign or something, on your keyboard, and you connect everything to your instruments, and you can come up with crazy sounds for movies, videos, whatever it is. So that's the whole point, just for those who don't know this is not for those who already know about this, but sometimes we don't tap into this part, the channel editor, like that. We kind of look at it and like, I don't feel like doing it, because a lot of the times it's not right in your face, kind of like how Regions is. When you open up, you drop a combinator in, you just drop instruments in, they already just right there. You ain't thinking about, when you're looking at the instruments like this, like for example, if you're looking at an instrument like this, and it's open to you, you're not really thinking about going right here probably, or open this up, and and even if you get right click this and assign this to that, you kind of like, okay, well, where is that? Where is the where I go turn the knob at? You gotta go search for it. That's the only part about where this lacks at, but it'll be dope if they find another strategic way with this. But end of the day, the point is that this is just another concept of the combinator. This is YYBY. Peace.